Okay, so you should be asked to accept that it's been recorded, so you can just click on that, you know. So what we'll do while we're waiting, if anybody has any questions, specific questions that they want to ask, so the best way to do it is using the chat, use the chat box. If there's, we won't start giving the details of the thing until, for another few minutes till more people have joined us. But if anybody has something that they did want to ask anyway, it's very, very important that everybody thinking of doing this detox look at that video that I sent of Dr. Brennan and Dr. Rajvinder explaining exactly all about the autumn detox. So, that probably answers nearly all the questions that people might have. But if anybody does have a specific question that they want to ask about something, they can just put it into the box there while we're waiting, we've a good few more people on now. People are joining in. So it's probably I mean, it's such a lovely evening here. I'm not sure what's it like in Dublin, Rajvinder, is it?
It's nice. Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, it was a really nice day here. It's a pity to be having. I mean, we've had such a terrible summer that we start doing our webinars again, and the weather gets better in the evening talk. So Ashton says, does Detox get rid of pesticides from veg? I'll let you answer that, Raj.
The ghee and the detox, this one specifically go very deeper to the tissues, and it actually is good for metal detoxification, pesticide detoxification, all that. Yeah, so I didn't get the question. So you mean for vegetables?
Does detox get rid of pesticides from veg? Another way a lot of people, well, the best thing to do is not just buy organic veg, which is, if you can do that, is the best way around that. But, so many glyphosate being a big one, and, they're known to cause problems. And even if you wash the veg, it doesn't make any difference. The pesticide residue is still on the vegetables and fruit, particularly strawberries, which is terrible to say because they're very popular at this time of the year, but I believe they're one of the most heavily sprayed crops out there, so just wondering because obviously your body doesn't really know what to do with those pesticides. It was never designed to ingest those things. So they're probably fat soluble. They go somewhere,
Yeah,
So I would imagine that this detox, as opposed to the spring detox, is a better one for getting rid of these deeper rooted toxins, because you are taking the ghee, which goes very deeply into the tissues. And that's the whole idea of the ghee, is that it
exactly.
draws out the toxins, into the gut.
Yeah, that's what it is. It binds to the toxins in the fat, and there are certain fat soluble, especially the metals get attached to the fat, and that's why you are asked to do the massage and sweat, steam, either bath or sauna, whatever have you, you have access to, and then you purge. So that's why it's very important to follow the steps carefully.
Yeah, yeah. So Ashleen, I think of all the detox, this is probably the best one for getting rid of those deep-rooted toxins. Now, we can't say it's going to get rid of all of them, but I think it'll certainly help to get rid of those type of toxins.
Yeah, if you're the
Um,
first time, you're doing it for the first time, recommend you do it, a couple of them. Depends on what you're exposed to. Even pesticide stay deeper into the tissue. So it's only a 12 days, which is only a 7 day. When you do the residential panchakarma, you do this kind of preparation to your body, and then you do more treatments. But this one is enough just for the seasonal detox. So if you're particularly targeting pesticides or you have any issue going on, so I recommend you do them, a couple of them. So probably talk to your Ayurveda practitioner personally, and they might feel you need more. Depends on if it's in general question. Yes, it will be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see from the call here that a lot of people have already done the detox with us, and they've probably done several of the detoxes with us. So, it's a good thing to do seasonally. And the other thing that Dr. Rajvinder spoke about there was panchakarma. And if you get a chance to do that, then that's a great thing to do. Now, you may have to go to India to do that, even though there is a place in England, in Skelmersdale, and maybe at some stage we might get around to organising that here. But that can be that can be for 21 days or even longer. And you're in a very, very controlled environment, and you're taking the ghee, you're taking different herbs, and then you're also doing what are called bastis or enemas, which we don't do here. We would only do them in a residential setting. But if you feel that pesticide residue or different toxins is a problem for you, then definitely taking a look at doing panchakarma would be something worth considering. Any other questions? Okay, so we have a good few more people on. So basically, I'm looking at the people here and I'm seeing that a lot of you have already done this detox with us. So this is our autumn detox, which is a pitta detox, because the summer has been the pitta season and now pitta has gone up a lot in people. So the idea of this detox is to get rid of that pitta. And this is the one that involves drinking the ghee. It's my least favorite of the detoxes because the one in spring is just kind of restricted diet, but this one actually involves drinking the ghee and taking the castor oil. And it's a very, very powerful detox. And it's for 12 days. And we're starting on the 29th of September. But you can start any day from the 29th of September until the 3rd of October. But Dr. Rajvinder is going to be going to India on the 16th of October. And Dr. Rajvinder is supporting this detox. So it's very important that everybody has support during this detox and joins the WhatsApp group and can communicate with us in case there's any difficulties or any issues that come up. So the latest you can start this detox is the 3rd of October, because after that time, Dr. Rajvinder is going to be flying to India and it may be difficult to get contact with her and everything like that. So you have that, the 29th is the full moon, but you have from the 29th of September till the 3rd of October to join the detox. And basically, if you want to do it, you just have to use the link that I sent out. The price is the same as last year. It's €255. You do that link. Once you've paid with that link, I'll get an email to say that you've paid. You then need to send me your address. Now, you may have said, oh, well, you already have my address, Noel, but no, I want you to send me your address with your air code and everything, because people are changing their addresses all the time. So we don't go back and look at last year's address and say that must be it. You have to send us the address because we've had issues with packs going to the wrong place. So once even if you have sent it to me before, I want you to send it to me again. With your air code if you're in Ireland, and with your postcode if you're in the UK, or if you're doing it from Europe, whatever codes that you're using over there, make sure you. So we want your address to be complete, very, very complete, because we don't want any hiccups with the packs going out. And we'll be sending the packs out. We've a lot of bookings in already, so we've already sent some packs out, but a lot more will be going out tomorrow, and a lot more will be going out this week. But realistically speaking, we want everybody to have booked in by the 15th of September. So that gives you plenty of time. And always people are leaving it till the last minute, and that puts us under pressure with getting the pack out. So if you're thinking of doing it, just make up your mind to do it and book in by the 15th of September, because that still allows us, nearly 2 weeks to get the pack to you. And generally the post doesn't take anywhere near that amount of time, but we want a leeway there just to make sure that everybody has their pack, so that there's no anxiety around the pack arriving or anything like that. And also there may be a chance that we pack something wrong, and then you can let us know and we can get that, or something gets broken and we can get it out to you again. So just to cover up all eventualities, we want people to book by the 15th of September if possible. Raj, is there anything you want to say about the detox?
No, we are here today. If there is any confusion, there are new people, they have any questions to clarify, because in the video that is sent, it's all very clear what detox involves. So I can just go quickly. When you get your pack, you get your medicated ghee, you get your ghee, and then tea bags, and then your churna. There will be a special powder to take as well. And make sure you go through all the instructions when you receive your detox instructions. Please read them, and you can highlight the important stuff, so that especially the dosage of the ghee that you have to take every day, I would say you write it down on a separate piece of paper or print out that sheet and place on your fridge or somewhere where you can see, because the dosage is going to change. And make sure you're resting if possible, and set the time aside. First 3 days is just preparation, which is you kind of getting rid of the food, especially like tea, coffee. If you can do more than before 3 days, you start preparing yourself. Let's say you're starting on 29, so I say from 25th you kind of start get rid of dairy products or gluten or anything, so that is easy for you when you're actually start taking the ghee and all that stuff. And then especially the days 9 for ladies, and the day 10 if there are any men doing it, you take the castor oil for that day. Make sure you're not going out, you're not going anywhere, you need to stay near the toilet. and read it clearly what you're supposed to eat for that day. It's basically the rice water. So you prepare, so you buy all the ingredients that you need, go through the recipes and get yourself familiar with it. Make sure you have all the ingredients, especially the moong dal and the spice, the churna mix, anything else that is recommended in the recipes. Make sure you have those things. And yeah, so and then you set the time, because detox is to rest and rejuvenate. So I would definitely recommend that you leave few days to rest, because some people are asking, can I travel while doing it? Or if you are on your cycle days, you have to adjust your days according to that. So don't do, if you are into your menstruation cycle or anything. Some of you are in that age group as well. So yeah, go through the instructions. Everything is mentioned there clearly. So do read the booklet. That's very, very high. It's highly recommended that you read the booklet and get yourself familiar what you are expecting for the next 12 days.
Yeah, and I've sent the booklet out to most people, possibly not to everybody, but I'll be sending a recording. I'll be sending this recording out tomorrow, and I'll send everybody the booklet again. And you can just, it's in Word format. So you just have a read of it, go through it, make sure it all makes sense. If there's different quantities of ghee to be taken depending on if you're a man or a woman. Men take more of the ghee, and but it's all explained in the thing. And Dr. Rajvinder has gone over the booklet and given ideas for recipes and foods and things like that that you can do. So it's all explained very, very clearly. And we will have a WhatsApp group. We always have a WhatsApp group where we all support one another. And you can put questions in on the WhatsApp group. You can also email Dr. Rajvinder directly. She'll be specifically targeting this group during those days. So she'll be checking her email all the time just to see. I mean, there might be something that you don't necessarily want to put on a WhatsApp group, maybe something private, or you can WhatsApp Dr. Rajvinder directly without putting it on the group, or you can drop her an email and she'll respond to you to make sure that everything is okay and give you her advice. This is a supported detox. We don't do this detox. We don't sell this pack separately or anything like that. We only do this based around the support of an Ayurvedic doctor looking after people in the eventuality that some people have, maybe get cramps or have some headaches or have some difficulty in the thing. And it's very important that you have support if you run into any issues, But as I say, I think most of you have done it before. So you're old hands at it and you're familiar with what to expect, So that's really it. There isn't really too much we have to do this evening. There's not really too much we can tell you about this detox because, we've sent out the video and it's all in that. Dr. Brennan explains very, very clearly that it's there, So we'll just take a look at the calls that are there. I have a very irregular menstrual cycle. If I was to do the detox and it arrived during the 12 days, would I need to stop?
Yes, you have to. Yes,
So you take a
especially,
break for a day or two.
yeah, especially if you're close enough to the castor oil day. For the first 3 days, as I said, it's only the light diet, and then the ghee start, and then the day 8 is steam and bath and all that, and it's quite intense. So you don't want that to be happening, because what happened in the cycle, you're already detoxing, so you don't need to detox more than that. So you don't want to increase the vata in your physiology. So that's why it's not recommended to do any detox around your cycle. So it's better to stop and start again. Or yeah, if it's irregular, it's hard to know when exactly your cycle is coming. Yeah, so you have to work around that way. Unfortunately, I have to stop if it comes in the middle.
But you can keep in touch with Dr. Rajvinder and see how many days you need to stop for, Ashling is saying, will there be advice on managing cravings from mind, read tea and coffee? Thanks. Well, Dr. Rajvinder has already suggested that to prepare yourself for the detox, we can start cutting down on those things even before the 12 days start, But it is a good idea to take a break from those things anyway, I don't know if you have any tips, Rajvinder, for people that
Probably if you're craving, it's the tiredness in your physiology, you need to look into that. So definitely suggest that you take more rest for the first few days. If you think you're gonna crave, if you haven't done this before, if you haven't have done this before, you probably have managed it before. Then it takes a little bit more resistance and patience. and your physiology, interestingly, it just get adjust to it. But I would suggest that you even take more than 3 days to adjust to the day when you start the ghee. So rather than 3 days beforehand, you take maybe 5, 6 days beforehand, and cutting down on the tea, cutting down on the coffee, and if you have any sugar intake, you do need to cut down, because this detox is more beneficial if you don't take tea, coffee, sugar. So it's recommended not to take any of those products during detox. So prepare yourself now.
Yeah, and you can maybe take barley cup, or you could take Rajas cup. You could start drinking them, as substitutes for coffee. Rajas cup
Yeah.
particularly is, so you could maybe start trying those out, and seeing how you get on. But you want to get the most from the detox, So the more closely you can stick to the guidelines, and
Yeah.
the better it is, the better it is.
Yeah. So work now, even start now. Slowly reduce the intake and see. There is, if I say, oh, there are substitute, but again, during detox, you won't be taking substitutes either, except Noel said Rajas cup, maybe a little bit of that. But if you are a strong pitta person, then not even Rajas cup. So you have to, to work that.
Waiting says, I'm attending a 2-day yoga workshop on day 7 and 8. Will that be okay? So you could move your start date back a little bit, so that maybe you could start on the 3rd, so that, or the 2nd, so that they wouldn't be so close to the castor oil day, and then you just take it easy. Don't overdo it at the workshop, just be aware, just go with your own feelings on it, but it should be
Day
fine.
eight, day 8 is your bath and steam and all that, which probably in the evening. But day 7, you're taking higher quantity of ghee. You might not experience nausea, so I would not recommend that, because
Yeah,
day
so
7,
what dates are
yeah,
those actual things on aiding? Just work out your dates, and then have it as, start the detox. Maybe start the detox on the 3rd of October, so that you're only, instead of being day 7 and day 8, you're only day 3 and day 4.
yeah,
Uh, would be a better way of doing it for you. You don't have to start on the 29th. You can start on the 3rd. Once it's finished by the 15th is the main thing, So you can just work it out that that yoga workshop comes as close to the start of your detox as possible, But if you're after drinking a whole, a big quantity of ghee, you mightn't really want to be doing too much, on
might be
that particular
tired.
day, it can make you very, very sluggish. It can make you very sluggish, and it can make you feel, a bit bloated or a bit uncomfortable. And yeah, yeah. So I'd say start your detox a little later, so that you're only on day 3 or day 4, On the massage day, if I can book a lymphatic drainage massage with a therapist, would it be okay if it's not right before the bath? If it's not right before the bath at the time?
I would, because it's a lymphatic drainage. Yeah, well, that should be all right. Yeah, because normally it's just recommended general massage, and the movement of the stroke is toward the abdomen. It's like you are moving all of these toxins. Imagine all of the ghee that is gone in your tissues from your extremities towards your stomach. So the therapist may not use that kind of massage movements. So why not you do that after, once you've done the detox, and go and enjoy the session. So for that day, you just do it yourself and then take the bath.
I'd agree with that, Rajvinder. I think it's best not
Yeah,
to do the lymphatic drainage massage. Just do your own one, and move the strokes down towards the abdomen with the hot sesame oil, and then have your bath and everything like that, And then enjoy afterwards, after the detox program. Then enjoy a nice whatever other massage that you want
yeah.
to do. Any other, like, really, Dr. Brennan gives a really good explanation of the whole detox, and Dr. Rajvinder. But at the start of that video, Dr. Brennan gives a really, really good explanation of what the purpose is and how this detox actually works. So it's very important, if you're thinking of doing this detox, that you have a look at that video that Dr. Brennan and Dr. Rajvinder do,
Yeah. So it's a 7 layer of tissues. The ghee slowly move from one layer to the other. That's why you're eating less. so that you let your body go into the keto mode. It's basically keto kind of thing where you take lots of fat and the fat is trying to bind to the toxins, and then you massaging, guiding the toxin towards your stomach area, towards your intestine, and then you purge it all out. So that's how it is working. So yeah, so but in the scientifically way, it's just ghee travel very, very deeper to your tissues, and it bind to all the toxins to the body. So it's better you rest. I kind of forcing on that point. Rest is very important. You might be tired, you might be emotional, you might feel nausea, you might have diarrhea before taking castor oil. So anything can happen. So, but it's not too intense. It's manageable. Very rarely someone feel too bad. Mostly it's manageable. So I don't want to scare you or anything like that. But follow the guidelines and don't do too much. Your general normal walks or general normal exercise, that's all okay. That's fine.
Oh, Esther Hackett is saying regarding fruit, I'm surprised that melon is hard to digest.
It's a lot of sugar on the one side, and melon is quite cooling in nature, which is good for pitta. But then there will be a lot of kapha people doing the detox, and some of the vata people doing the detox. So melon take a little bit longer in the physiology to digest. So it is come under the category of hard to digest. Yeah, you would consider it's a very soft and soothing fruit, but it take longer in the digestive system, and mainly because of the high sugar content. That's why it's not included.
Okay.
And coming to the autumn, we kind of going out of the season from melons, watermelons. So we are more towards berries now, and so the fruits are different now in this season now. So
Yeah, and apples are coming into, and blackberries and yeah, are
yeah.
coming into fruition. So just to remind you that tomorrow night we have a call as well about the Ayurveda courses that are open to people to do in the university in Slovenia. Some of you may know I did that postgraduate course, the 1 year postgraduate course, which is starting next April. But also there's a master's in healthcare, Ayurvedic healthcare. That's a 2 year course, and actually that's starting in October this year. So very, very soon. But Dr. Gordana, who is the professor that runs the courses, she's an Ayurvedic doctor from Serbia, is going to come on and do the call tomorrow night. So any of you that are interested in doing further studies in Ayurveda, I mean, particularly people who are maybe interested in starting a career in Ayurveda, because there's more and more interest in this knowledge, and more people are interested in natural healthcare. You can see that absolutely everywhere, but they need good guides to do that, and that's what these courses are about: is training people up to do consultations and to give proper advice to people. So you can come on tomorrow night. That's at 7 o'clock. It's not at 7:30. It's at 7 o'clock. And again, I probably already sent the link, but I will send it out again tomorrow. So hopefully there'll be a few people well, there are quite a lot of people interested in it, because we've had about 6 or 7 people do the courses already from our group, but hopefully there'll be a lot more people signing up to do them as well. So that's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and even if you're not really interested, but you just want to come along to be part of the Ayurvedic community, then you're more than welcome just to join in as well. Okay, I think we are running out of questions, because I think everybody's done it before and they know what to expect. So unless will the Zoom tomorrow be recorded and emailed out? Yes. Yeah. We always record everything, and if it's appropriate, we send it out. So definitely this one we'll send out, because I know there's a lot of people working all day. They don't want to come in and do a Zoom call when the weather's like this. This is probably the last good weather of the summer, and tomorrow night will probably be the same. So yes, we'll send out we'll make the YouTube link available to people. I'll email it out in the morning, and the same with the one tomorrow. I'll email that out on Thursday morning. Okay, there's no point in hanging on. There's not very many questions coming in, because people know what they're doing. People have done it before. So that's it. Thanks very much, Rajvinder, for coming on. Is there anything you want to say at the?
No, yeah, the question will arise when you start doing the detox. So you have the WhatsApp support group. I think Noel will send the link to join the WhatsApp near the time, and make sure you receive your pack on time, you place your order on time, and check what you need. Check the booklet, what else is you're asked to buy, some aroma oil and things like that is recommended. So just yeah, make sure you are stock up on everything. That's the main thing I would say, that so that you don't have to worry when you are doing the detox and you're having a little headache or anything, and you have your stuff there. So yeah, be ready. And no, that's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah, and from my point of view, it'd be great if you didn't leave it till the very last minute to decide to do it, and and email me on the 26th or something like that saying I want to do it, So it just puts everything into a panic. And for the people that the option to pay a deposit and pay the balance, that's gone now because it's too close to the actual date. So for the people who've already booked and paid the initial deposit of €100, then just use the second link I sent for the 155 to pay that balance. If you could have that balance paid by the 15th of September. But to be honest, most people just paid the full amount. But the only link available now is for the full amount, because it's it's make up your mind time really at this stage. So no problem. That's great. Everybody saying thank you to Rajvinder there and everything like that. So that's great. And we'll hopefully have a big Rajvinder is going to be doing a webinar on acid reflux and digestive issues. I think it's going to be the 26th of September. It'll be a paid webinar. You'll have to pay for it. It won't be very much. I think it'll be about €40. But we're working on a whole new series of webinars. Don't forget, we have a load of webinars on our website on all different types of topics from an Ayurvedic perspective, on arthritis and mental health and ladies' health and allergies and all different topics there, and lots of cookery courses. You can get all of them on our website, ayurveda.ie. And we will be doing a webinar on acid reflux and acid indigestion in later on in September. We'll be back with our Q&As, our free Q&As. We'll start doing some of them soon. If any of you have suggestions for webinars that we can do, if there's a topic that you'd like us to do a webinar on, just email me, noel@ayurveda.ie. I'll give it out to the doctors and see if one of them are interested in putting together a webinar on that. So you can make suggestions, and we'll hopefully be able to do something on that. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you all soon. Okay, so I'll let you go. You can go and enjoy the rest of that nice evening. And if you have any questions, well, really the person that, if there are technical questions about the detox, Rajvinder@ayurveda.ie is the person to email. If you have any other, I don't know what sort of questions you'll be emailing me, but really it's Dr. Rajvinder that you need to email about the detox if you have any particular questions that you have, Okay, everybody, namaskar. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dr. Raj, for coming on. And we'll be in touch with everybody soon. Bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.